Speed to Sea is a trip that I'm doing with, it's a canoe trip that I'm doing with my family. We're doing it in pieces each year. Um, we started in 5 years ago in Guelph, and our goal is basically to paddle from Guelph to the salt water. Our route has kind of taken us from Guelph, starting at the confluence of the Speed and the Aramasa River in Guelph, right by the boathouse. We started there, and then we went down the Speed River to the Grand River, where we joined the Grand River in Cambridge, and then down the Grand River to Lake Erie. Um, Lake Erie, basically turn left to Lake Erie, and that takes you out to the Niagara River. And then we went down the river to Niagara Falls and pulled out just above Niagara Falls. Um, then actually the next year we went back up the river a little bit to Fort Erie, and we crossed over to Buffalo. So we crossed the Niagara River to Buffalo and went down the American side and then into the Erie Canal. And the Erie Canal connects Buffalo um, and uh, and Lake Erie, ultimately out to out to the Hudson River and out to New York City. So we took that canal across to where it hits the Oswego River, and it's also a navigable canal. And then we took that canal north to Oswego on Lake Ontario, popped out there, and then we took Lake Ontario across to a place called Mexico Bay. That was a few years ago. We got stalled in the States because of COVID. So we actually had to skip the very eastern end of Lake Ontario. So that's like a place we still have to make up to do. And then we put in Kingston 2 years ago, Kingston to Cornwall, and then Cornwall to a place called Berthierville last year, which is, say, halfway between Montreal and Toronto here. And that's where we'll put in again next week. One of the goals of this trip is to the image that I kind of have in my mind is that we're, got this canoe. We've left Guelph with you know a, an empty canoe, and we're going downstream collecting stories and collecting experiences and stories, and then hoping to share those back with people. Um, you know, like we're finding this connection basically to our downstream neighbors. We're building connections to our neighbors downstream.